Hey, Matt,
Hmm.
do you have a Boss DS-1?
Yes, I do.
I do too. Do you have a Boss Wazacraft DS-1?
Nope.
Are you planning on getting one?
For a DS-1, no.
Well, I just don't understand because the Waza DS-1 is like $150, which isn't expensive when you're considering a pedal of any sort. However, for a pedal that can be had for sub $50 most days, seems a little aggressive, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, for what it is and what it's supposed to do, and why your average guitar player is probably buying a DS-1 in this day and age, I think the Waza goes against the why. I mean,
It's like let's
it's
make a boutique version of the cheapest distortion pedal ever made that's not like K-Mize off of Amazon.
why would you make a premium version of what was a bargain basement trash pedal that was popularized by metal and grunge. I mean, you're not going for the high fidelity. You're going for the
Yeah.
opposite.
I think again, if I were in the market, I was gonna ask you to count all the dirt pedals you have before we talk, but I know I have at least a dozen of like distortions and fuzzes and things. I have a mod kit to mod my DS-1. I still might do that. I don't think I have place in my heart to spend $150 on that particular pedal. So I'm
Right.
not gonna do it.
Yeah. I
Now
mean,
that being said, for $45 more, you can get one of those JHS multi-mode pedals like the Rat Pack, the Bonsai, the Muffaletta, where you kind of get that. Again, a normal rat's $50, but you can get all the rats for $200. And that to me is more interesting because, again, I think if you're in the mindset of, hey, I want to maybe get one or two of these rat flavors just kind of like on my own, then at that rate, you might as well get the one that has like the 9 or 8 or 9. I don't know how many dials are on it, but to me that makes more sense. Again, like, and that's especially where there's like, or a muff. Like everyone kind of knows there's like a couple different flavors of muffs. There's varieties, and so if you want to have those two or three different flavors that you might be interesting to you, you're already spending $180 plus or minus. So that makes sense to me. Does that make sense to you? I know you
yeah,
have a couple of these
yeah.
already.
I actually had picked up both the bonsai, and I just got the muffaletta, and I've got my overdrive pedals that I love, and really since starting to get into Strat, I mean, it's like, okay, who's one of the essential Strat players? Stevie Ray Vaughan. And what did he play? He played a Strat through a tube screamer. Okay. I don't know and don't care enough really to get into all the various flavors of tube screamer he played through on Texas Flood or Sky is Crying or what have you. But, I looked, I said, hey, I can get one tube screamer for 100, or I can get a bonsai for two. And at that point now I've basically got 9
Yeah.
tube screamer circuits, and it takes up one spot on my board.
So here's the hack for that if you're a tube screamer person, and Josh Scott put this on the bonsai, so I know it's right and it's perfect, and you're a genius, Josh. Please comment below. Thanks. The TS7 setting on the bonsai is the hot switch on the Ibanez TS7, and if you have the hot switch set to normal on the TS7, it is a TS9. So in essence, the cheapest and least desirable of the two Screamer series, the TS7, which can be had for $40, $50, $60 at this point, unless the JHS effect has screwed it up. But you get two modes of the Bonsai, because normal mode is TS9, which is the normal mode, and the hot mode is the TS7 mode, which just it's hotter, it's more distortion-y and less screamery. Again, I've always liked that, and again, that was one of my core sounds for many years. And yeah, I think it's awesome that you got the
Yeah.
bonsai, because again, I think it's, to me, that's the right amount of tweaking, because again, it's just like little variations and flavors of the same theme. I
Right.
get overwhelmed when there's like too many different things that are completely like wildly different. But if it's like, hey, I wonder if this is going to do, and it's like, oh, that's got a little more bite, or this has a little more oomph to it, like, and that's what you're looking for.
The muffaletta that I just got, I mean,
Hmm.
that I had my, the Electro-Harmonix, the pumpkin pie, which I love, and I very much enjoy that one. The muffaletta just has 7 different muffs on it. That's
Now, it
great.
does not have the muffaletta does not have the op amp muff on it. Is that
Right.
correct?
I
So you
don't
actually
believe it
now you
does.
have 10 modes
Right.
when you go to your modded. No, I like the op amp. Again, the op amp, the Billy Corgan
Yeah.
version, it's mostly looked as a completely different creature. Also, I have the metal muff. No one talks
Mhm.
about the metal muff enough. I like the metal muff a lot, and I have the one with the noise gate built into it. It's fantastic because I set it up. It just sounds like my pushed PV really loud, but it's silent, and it's got active EQ. It's a fantastic little pedal, and it's, again, sub $100. Big picture, and this is what we'll wrap up this segment here. Is, again, other than like Amazon branded pedals and Chinese knockoffs and like things, Azor and other random brands that are on Amazon
Right.
for like $40, K-Mize. What is your guitar pedal brand that you think has the best value? And I will say I'll put Electro-Harmonix with the best of them as getting me bang for buck pedals that sound great and are well made and iconic. What is your choice?
It's the old standbys. Electro-Harmonix, Boss DOD.
Well, DODs don't exist anymore.
I know they don't.
But if you wanted to
But
go to Guitar Center and go pick up something, you're saying, like, again, if I have
if I
this
was going
amount
to
to
go down to,
spend,
yeah,
yeah.
then I would go with the Boss. I mean, but then again, that's because the music that I grew up with, that you grew
Mhm.
up with, that's all that they were using on their boards. I mean, they weren't using clones because
Well,
clones didn't really exist. They
yeah,
they
again, like
they were using
yeah.
Bosses. They were using Electro-Harmonix. That's all
When
they were
I was
using.
a kid, the no, every Boss pedal, again, when I was looking at the was it Musician's Friend catalog? It may have been the Musician's Friend catalog. Every Boss pedal, without other than the looper, every Boss pedal was $100. I remember
Yeah,
that was like the standards, like $99.99. You can get any pedal you want, and now that's like $150, which again isn't bad considering inflation after like
exactly.
20, 30 years. But I feel like Electro-Harmonix, you can pretty much, other than tuner, because their tuner is hot garbage. So I'd still go get yourself a if you want to watch the tuning video that no one watched. Go get yourself a TU2 or TU3 for less than $100. It's the best $100 you're gonna spend. Um, you could outfit your whole pedal board and sound like a professional guitar player, given if you know how to play anything. With only, you can outfit the whole thing with Electro-Harmonix pedals at a great value. You can get any kind of sounds you want, and all affordably. Now they have the multi effects and the kind of the more interesting things that get up in the $200, $300, $400 in the more of the Strymon area. But like, it's fine, you can do that. But to me, I think Electro-Harmonix, I think, is the best bang for your buck. It's cool.
Well, they've been doing it for 50 years, so